Africa is an endless source of rich natural resources. Her precious Nile, the longest river in the world, gave rise to the greatest civilizations the world has ever seen. Just as Africa and the Middle East were key to the dominance of Homo sapiens, so they are now key to world stability. Until Africa and the Middle East are prosperous and in peace again, the world as a whole cannot prosper. ECAM was born as a vehicle to build bridges with Africa and the MENA region. We bring together decision makers who share a mutual desire to resolve the challenges and identify the opportunities that this great continent presents. ECAM provides a platform where game changers from the political, institutional, and business world can come together in constructive dialogue to create new partnerships, strengthen cooperation, and forge trade between Europe, Africa, and the MENA region.
The important thing about ECAM is that it brings together people from Europe, from Africa and the Middle East. And this is a very important partnership. It's got enormous potential. You've got the wealthier part of the world in Europe, a region in the Middle East that's undergoing huge challenge, but also huge change. And then you've got Africa, which is a developing part of the world, the poorest part of the world, but a continent whose population will double over the next 30 years.
ECAM President Kamo Gribi has always believed that when the biggest challenges are overcome, then Africa and the MENA region will finally see their nations take a rightful position on the world stage, economically, socially, and politically. His lifelong commitment to this cause has seen in 5 short years ECAM elevate Italy's role as a European gateway that facilitates international investment for a more sustainable future. Peace requires trust, so by drawing upon the ECAM President's international network of global business, political, and institutional connections, built up over 30 years, the annual summits create a sense of unity, cohesion, inclusion, and tolerance. Disruption caused by global shocks, such as war, conflict, and climate change, combined with poor investment, demographic, social, and institutional shifts, have made sustainable healthcare a human and moral imperative. A nation's healthcare system is a key indicator of the well-being of its citizens, its communities, and ultimately, the economic well-being of the nation itself. ECAM has the support of Gruppo San Donato, the first private hospital group in Italy, with a €2.3 billion annual turnover and 23,000 professionals. GSD provides expertise through a network of 136 hospital structures, universities, and training facilities worldwide. ECAM can rely on the strength of the group to launch partnerships and projects that cover the whole gamut of services necessary for success. ECAM has launched cooperation programs that involve numerous countries in the Middle East and Africa. They are developed along 5 fundamental pillars: training, scientific exchanges, missions and workshops for on-site training, telemedicine, and research.
ECAM is created by a very powerful health group in Italy that has built a certain expertise in Italy and beyond. So it has the knowledge when it comes to health service in the Euro-Mediterranean region and beyond. So they definitely do have the expertise to be an agent of change.
ECAM transfers its core values globally through international humanitarian projects. With the bambini cardiopatici nel mondo, ECAM developed the Esculapio project that provides medical missions and donations of supplies to nations in need. Over the past year, ECAM has approved funding for master's scholarships at the Molly Bloom Academy of Creative Writing in Rome. The initiative is part of our commitment to facilitating access to higher education and enhancing culture and knowledge. ECAM has implemented further high-impact initiatives, including a humanitarian donation for Algeria, the supply of oxygen to Tunisian hospitals, and the establishment of a much-needed children's heart catheterization room at La Rapta Hospital. Tunisia now has a modern pediatric cardiology and cardiac surgery center equipped to manage the treatment of cardiopathic children. ECAM also facilitated the essential donation of 300 oxygenators to Bambini Cardiopatici nel Mondo. The oxygenators were delivered to the pediatric cardiology department at the Syrian University Hospital. In February 2023, ECAM President Kamal Gribi announced medical aid for Syrian earthquake victims with support from the Farnesina and the Ministry of Defense. Italian Air Force planes from Pisa transported ambulances, medicine, and clothing to the Syrian Red Crescent.
It really is a matter of, for the whole world, of being, to use a cliched phrase, all hands on deck. We need everyone working together at this stage, and there's absolutely no doubt that business is one of the key partners in that. I think ECAM can help by bringing people together, particularly thinking about politicians and those people charged with making the policies that are going to really make a difference to the world.
The expression that Mr. Gribi used is that one hand cannot clap alone, you need two hands to clap. And I absolutely agree with that. Organizations like ECAM have a role to play and an important role, providing opportunities for people to think about solving problems jointly and in combining our efforts to make a change, to make a difference.
Action of change has to happen at the individual level and at the collective level. Respectful partnerships that involve the private sector, the government, public sector, as well as academy.
We are living in hugely uncertain times, and the challenges of leadership are many. However, we must never lose sight of the fact that the greatest lessons in life are learned at the worst times and from the worst mistakes. We do not have to forget our past, but we do have to forgive if we are to turn the page and forge a new and better world. Difference is the essence of humanity and should never be a source of conflict. The ECAM Forum is an act of faith in the belief that one day we will overcome our differences by respecting them.